We're keeping it casual today. I don't have a script or anything, but lucky for me, I can sit in this corner and see literally every inch of this apartment. It is a tiny studio apartment, perfect size for me, perfect size for the number of possessions that I own. As you will see, everything fits pretty much like a glove into the amount of space that I have here. I feel like if you had another person living with you, or if you had much more stuff than I have, this space would kind of be a little bit too tight. But for me, being that it is much smaller than my last two places, I feel like I finally found the right amount of space for myself in this new spot. The building itself is really old, but they gutted it and then they rebuilt the interior. So all of the fit and finish of the interior space is really modern and new, and I am the first person to live in this apartment. So that's exciting. All of the appliances were brand new. Bathroom had never been used before. Yeah, it's just exciting and I'm really loving it so far. I guess I'll start in this area because this is where I am. This is my workspace. I work from home 3 to 4 days a week now, and this is where I spend a majority of my time during the work days. This standing desk has been extremely helpful to keep me kind of moving without having a lot of space to wander around in the rest of the apartment. Having something that has the ability for me to be in different physical positions has been really helpful for my brain and my body. The Wacom and the laptop are owned by my company, so this is truly my working area, and when I'm not working, I try to stay out of this area. I think it's really important if you live in a small space to have different segmented rooms within your room, so that you can kind of have a different frame of mind when you're trying to be productive versus trying to relax versus trying to sleep. Next to this is a little white table that actually belongs to my mom, so I'm not gonna get rid of it, but I don't use it very often. However, it is too big to fit in my storage areas of this apartment, so I do have it out. I feel like I could romantically sit at the table and drink some coffee and stare out the window during a melancholy, foggy, gray day, but I haven't done that. I'm not that type of person. So right now, yeah, it's just kind of my station for ripening my avocados. Next to that is the kitchen area. There are tiny appliances in this kitchen. I think they're super cute, even though it's goofy to see like such a giant person like myself next to such tiny appliances, but oh well, it works. Above the fridge is a pantry shelf. Next to this is a induction stovetop and this odd combination toaster oven, broiler, microwave thing. I don't use that as much as I use the induction stovetop. And then next to that is the dishwasher. I've actually never lived anywhere with a dishwasher before this. My parents' house growing up did not have a dishwasher. My college apartment did not have a dishwasher. This is the first place I've ever lived where I have access to one of those. And I didn't think that I would use it as much as I do, but the sink next to it is extremely deep, which is not great for someone who's as tall as me because I would have to break my back if I wanted to hand wash all of my dishes. And so the dishwasher has come in handy. The kitchen cabinetry fits my stuff perfectly. I feel like you could probably have twice as much kitchen stuff as me and still be comfortable in this size kitchen. Next to that are the storage cabinets. I use the top one for the laundry, and the bottom has clothes and my vacuum cleaner and a ukulele and part of my kitchen table, which I decided to not set up in this apartment because I have my desk area and I have this little white table over here, so I don't also need a kitchen table set up, but I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's just in pieces in these storage cabinets for as long as I live here. That's where it's gonna be. Next to this, I have my sewing machine and my knitting machine, and part of my table's in here, and there's a big trunk that has my parka in it. And then there's the milk can, which is from the farm that my dad grew up on, next to my boxing gloves. This is where I keep my camera stuff, and underneath that are a bunch of chairs, a stool, and the case for my guitar. Right in the entryway by the front door, there are some shelves. This is where I keep my very important Viking helmet, as any self-respecting Norwegian American would do. Underneath this are some books, including my rose mauling books, as any self-respecting Norwegian American would have. And beneath this is my jewelry box full of mementos and doodads. And underneath that is a drawer that's kind of a catch-all for everything that I bring with me when I leave the apartment. And then my shoes live in the bottom cabinet. All of my black shoes. In the bathroom, there is a sink cabinet full of cleaning supplies, extra toilet paper, extra soap. There's a shelf that contains all of my hygiene supplies, my bathroom essentials. What do you call that stuff? Bathroom paraphernalia? In the shower, there's nothing. There's a jar of soap. A jar of soap? A bottle of soap. There you go. Onward, there's a nook that is my bedroom. I think you could probably squeeze a queen size bed into this, but in order to get into the bed, you'd have to do like the sideways crab walk. So I actually sold my bed from my past apartment and I bought this day bed, which is a twin size when it's collapsed, but then it pulls out to be twice as big when you need it to be. There's storage underneath it that I use for my linens and for my drying rack for my laundry. And then at the end of the bed is the trunk that I keep my artwork in. In the corner is a giant mirror that I bought on Craigslist. It's not that great of quality. It's also not tall enough, but it works. It's fine, and it keeps the apartment feeling bigger. Having something that reflects the windows, reflects more of the light, makes it not feel too compact in here. I've got my alarm clock and my stained glass window on the opposite side of this. The stained glass window is actually hiding my internet router. And the windowsills here are great to use as shelves. It's like an extra perk that was really thoughtful of the architects to put that in. As was the tiny little hole in the wall of the bedroom, which I guess you're supposed to use to charge your phone when you're sleeping, but I don't really use it like that because I charge my phone by the front door instead. Last but not least, I now have a couch. I decided that instead of my kitchen table, I would put a big old couch here and use that either while I'm working and I want to relax somewhere other than in this desk chair, but then also at night when I want to watch movies or read a book. I don't necessarily want to use my bed for reading or watching movies. I would rather keep that separate just for sleeping, and then I can use the couch for lounging. It's got a great depth to it, great for a tall person with super long femurs, big fan. Also happens to match all of my linens and my cabinets very well. Also matches this coffee table that I got, which is from Article. It's actually meant to be an outdoor coffee table. It's steel, it's powder coated, super durable, also super lightweight, so I can move it if I want to stretch or do yoga or vacuum. It's highly maneuverable. And on top of that, I have a candle that I got from my friend, which I've been enjoying a lot. So thank you for the candle. Overall, really enjoying the place so far. Don't really have anything else to say about it. Big fan. And I guess you'll probably see more of it in future videos. Till next time.